And in today's video series, we are going to continue with the custom Batman, Batsy, and we are going to make the Gauntlet. Let's get started. Okay, let's start making the Batman Gauntlet. You're going to need a flat plate for the fin, for the Gauntlet fin. And as my previous video, you also need to use a paper cutout template. It will be wrapped around the hand like this. Then we are going to start with the clay. If this is the first video that you watch, you can look at the previous video on how to make body armor, so you get to know more about what I'm doing with the clay, preparing the clay. Okay, the clay is mixed, then we are going to roll the clay in this paper clip. I'm going to grab my marker to mark the position to cut. Then we're going to cut it with scissor, always sharp scissor. Then we can check the positioning for the clay, roughly over there. And this is the trick: wrap around the hand part with plastic wrap, so you can easily take off the clay when it's dry. Now we're going to peel the inside of the clay first, the inside plastic, and then position it. I want the sharp point to position right at the elbow. And this cover a bit about half the ball joint. It doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to do a lot of sanding and putty later on. If you have brush, prepare your brush, flat brush. Size is up to you. And then we are gently massage the clay into the shape of the hand. Make sure there is no bubble underneath. Yeah, a little bit bubble is okay. And then turn it this way. And then turn it again. Let it overlap a bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. We are going to sand and putty. Sand putty. Another bad pump. Okay. You can see the pointy, the point of the gauntlet here. We are going to sand this area. I have made the other part before starting this video. And using the brush, we're going to shape the clay and also clean up our fingerprint. Don't worry about the crack. We can sanding and putty later. Cover a bit of the ball joint. No need to be perfect. This is just the starting point. And then I'm trying to clean up my fingerprint. Okay. What I like about using the clay is you can see the wavy of the clay here. It gives the effect of when you are using material like leather or maybe other fabric like rubber. It gives a nice effect from using clay. You see the texture, the waviness of the clay. There, can you see the texture? Okay. And then grab your cut out plat plate into the shape of the fin. This is to make the hole like this one here. This is where we will attach the gauntlet fin. So we are preparing the hole for now. I'm going to place it right along the line of this point down to the roughly about here. If you are not confident, you can make a small pointer using needle, or just do it. I'm going to start roughly in the middle area, about here. Okay, about the middle area. Check over here. Okay, I think I'm getting the right place. Okay, and then the middle of here. Press it down a bit using brush. Do not use your finger because we have cleaned up the fingerprints before. And then the last one over here. Okay, and press. I think that is too far. I will slide it back a bit. Let me check the alignment. Okay. And then press it again, clean it with brush. And then we are done with the first step. We are going to let it dry. Okay, after leaving the clay for 24 hours, it is cured enough. I have removed this one, and then I have removed the plastic wrap. It's pretty easy, you just pull it out. And then we can easily remove the plastic wrap. I have prepared clay that I'm going to patch this gap here. Make sure that you really push in to the gap, so when you are sanding it later, it will have a very nice and seamless gauntlet. And since my gauntlet is too thin over here, I'm also using the same clay to thicken up this area here, so it will not be too fragile after the sanding. Again, I remind you, it doesn't have to be pretty. We make them pretty in the sanding process. Just a little bit more over here. If the clay is sticking to your finger, you simply tap it like this. I am checking the texture and checking the gap to see if should I need to add more clay or not. Okay, now we can leave this to dry, and then we will move on to the sanding part. Whenever you are after you are sanding and it still doesn't look good, you can back into this step and patch the gauntlet with clay again, and then repeat the sanding again until you get the shape that you desire. Now we will leave it to dry, cut off the video, and I will do the other one off record. Okay, right now we are going to work on the fin. I have drawn the template using this paper template to the shape of the fin on this flat plate. But before you are doing any before you drawing the template, make sure you already sand the surface, the side, the back and front of the surface using 600 grit sandpaper, so you can easily attach the fin to the gauntlet. And then you can use heavy duty scissors to cut the flat plate. Udah nyala. Sorry, I forgot to turn on the lamp. We can sanding this part later. And we have one fin. I will do the other 5 off camera. Okay, and now after cutting the flat plate, I make the length in three different sizes, and now we are going to glue the fin to the gauntlet. You can prepare a paper with any kind of sellotape or adhesive tape. Drip a super glue onto the plastic, then grab the fin and apply the glue. Don't apply too much. Wipe the excess on the on this tape that we prepare. Press it firmly. And we have one fin attached. Then let's do the other. Make sure they are aligned and the last fin. Okay, after this we are going to fill the gap around the fin. I will let the glue to dry. Oops. And then after an hour, I think the glue is fully cured. You can use these sculpting tools or a flat screwdriver or a small flat screwdriver like this, or make your own sculpting tools. This is using the refill of a cutter and bamboo sticks, split in half, insert the cutter, pour some super glue and then tape. But I'm going to use this because I have it. Then pull out a small chunk of the clay, roll it into a very thin strip. Oop, I have an excess. Let me clean. Okay. We're going to place it on the gap. Do not press too hard. We don't want to break the fin. A very gentle tap. Okay, better. Okay, I think I have filled all the gap on the first swing, and I'm trying to smooth out the clay a bit so it will be easier to do the next step, which is sanding. Okay, I think I am finished with my first fin, and then we are going to do the same with the other screen, and I will be doing it off screen. I have filled the gap with clay and leave it to dry for 24 hours. And now I am going to start sanding and shape the gauntlet, because we have this kind of excess unused clay, and with the marker, where is my black marker? we can probably draw the final shape with the marker and mark where we are going to cut or sand away the part. And to cut away a bigger area, which would take longer if you are sanding them, you could use a nipper. Just simply cut them off. This is faster than doing all the sanding. And if you have like rotary tools, you can also grind this part so it would be faster, but I like to do it bit by bit to avoid any mistakes. I guess it looks kind of okay. Let's try put it on. Oh, Gauntlet la homemade. And I'm working on the other gauntlet. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be pretty at this stage. We are going to sand it smooth. This is just the rough shape. Oops. Ooh, I can almost see my gauntlet. Wait. Let's check. Okay, I think I need to, no. Yes. I need to sand a bit around here. And let's see the other hand. I also need to cut out a bit. Okay. I need to cut out more around here. Okay, looking good so far, and I need to thin out this area by sanding. And here I have the gauntlet is already sanded. I have sanded all the extra clay, and I am starting with grit 320 grit, and then I smooth the surface using this sponge sand. Okay, using this 3M sponge. I am using grit super fine to also shape the edges, so it would have a nice and round edges. And after this, we are going to paint the gauntlet. Since not all of you are having airbrush or having any experience with airbrush, so I will just simply showing how to paint the gauntlet using brush and acrylic paint. Let's move on to the next step. And now I am going to paint the gauntlet. I am placing the gauntlet on this bamboo stick. I just roll up some tissue or paper or some towel inside, so I don't have to hold the gauntlet, but I only holding the bamboo stick, and then press the tissue inside. Okay, and for the paint, I am using acrylic paint. Any acrylic paint will do, and some water and a flat brush. I am using size 0 mil. And to mixing the paint with the water, usually you start with 1:1 ratio. Do not mix too much water. If the if the paint starts to run, then you are mixing too much water. So the paint should hold like that and not running down. I think I will be adding a bit more water. Okay, this is good enough. Do not go all the way too thick with the paint. And you will need about 3 to 4 coats of paint, so the color will be even. And stroke in one way, do not go all random. And we are done with the first coat. Let it dry for a couple of minutes and then we will continue with the second layer. After some time of painting the gauntlet, you need to wet your brush again so it could spread the paint better. And one thing you have to notice is the edge of the inside. You should paint it a bit so it will give a good shadow inside. I'm not painting all the inside, just the edge. And then you can repeat again until you have all the colors spread evenly. Okay, I have finished painting the gauntlet with 4 layers of black, and then I will leave it until it fully dries, and we'll do the top coat in about 24 hours. And my gauntlet is painted with black. The paint is fully cured, and now I am going to cover it with a top coat using Angelo's acrylic finisher. It has a matte finishing, satin and gloss. And I am choosing satin, but feel free to choose your own finishing, because I want to achieve the slightly wet look of a leather. This is too matte for me. It's just my personal taste. You can use the paint straight out of the bottle. Let's wet the brush. Dry it up a bit. Just take a very tiny paint and brush it thin, so you don't have to wait for it to dry too long. Over here is still kind of wet. You don't have to worry about the brush stroke on the paint, because this paint is really good. The self-leveling is very good. And if you don't want to do the top coat, that is your choice, but I would advise to do so you can avoid staining the bodysuit. Okay, I am done with the first layer and I will leave it to dry for about 15 minutes, then I will continue to the second layer. Okay, it's been 15 minutes since I'm done with the first layer, then I'm going to do the second layer. I would advise you to do it a crisscross sorry, do it in a crisscross pattern. I meant is the first layers we are going top to bottom, and the second layer we are going to do it from side to side, and then the third layer back again top to bottom. That's why we can avoid or having less brush stroke of the brush, even if this paint is very good with self-leveling. For the inside, I don't really mind about the brush stroke, so because we are not going to see the inside, so we just cover it with we just cover it with the paint. And then we are repeating again with the third and the fourth layer. I would suggest to give it at least 4 layers, and I will do the third and the fourth layer off screen, and we'll be back again when it's finished. Okay, after 4 layers of top coat, my gauntlet is finished, and we will see how it fit to the body. Ooh. And it is looking nice. And there you go, your gauntlet for Batsy.